Welcome back to Miss Eddie's Math Movies, where it's cute to be a square. Today's lesson is 11.7, Equations of Circles. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to write and graph the equation of a circle. In Algebra 1, you learned to graph a couple different types of equations. You learned y equals mx plus b. And if you remember, that was the equation of a line, a straight line. And then you learned an equation that had an x squared in it. And that was the graph of a parabola. And it could open up or open down. So you've learned lines and parabolas. You maybe even learned, when you were in Algebra 1, x cubed. And that graph looked kind of like this. Well, today we're learning how to graph a circle. And the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. That's going to get you a circle if you graph it. So, if you look at this circle, we're going to try to give it a name. So, the radius, well, here's the middle. The radius is 1, 2, 3, 4. And the center is at 0, 0. Well, we need to write the equation. We've got x squared plus y squared equals r squared. We're just going to leave x and y as x and y. That's what we always do. But we know r is 4. So 4 squared is 16. So your answer, your equation is x squared plus y squared equals 16. If you had a really fancy calculator and you put this in it, this is the equation that you would get. This is the graph that you would get. You would get a circle. All right, now it's your turn. Write the equation of the circle. This is just like example 1. And this here was our answer to example 1. So you need an answer like that here and an answer like that here. Now you may have noticed in all of our examples before, the center was right on 0. So what happens when we move this circle off of 0? What happens to our equation? Well, you have to subtract it. So notice if the center is at hk, you have to subtract the h and subtract the k from x and y. So if you look here, here's our center. 2, negative 1 is our center. So this is our h, and this is our k, so to speak. We have to subtract this from x and subtract this from y. So normally our equation is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. But now we have to subtract this and subtract this, since our circle has moved off of 0, 0. Our circle has moved. All right, so I'm going to write out this. This is what we're going to fill in. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So that's your standard equation of a circle. And I said we got to subtract h. We got to put h in there. X minus 2 squared. Y, got to subtract a negative 1 minus a negative 1 squared. And our radius is 3. Now we have to simplify this. Well, can't do anything with that. We can change 2 negatives turn into a positive, and 3 squared is 9. So our final answer, or the equation of our circle, is x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 9. This is the answer. This is the equation of that circle. And notice how this is always opposite. Negative 2 and positive 2. Positive 1 and negative 1. So here it says, write the coordinates of the center. Well, these numbers right here are the opposite of the center. So we just have to write down the opposite of this. Where is our center? Well, this center is at +3 opposite -2. That's where the center of this circle is. Where's the center of this circle? I want you to do this now. Graph the equation of the circle. Okay, well first we need to find the center, right? And the center is the opposite of these numbers. So our center is at 1, +1, +2. So let's put that on our graph. 1, 2. So there's the center of our circle. Well, we got to find the radius. And if you remember, this stands for r squared. So if r squared is equal to 4, then r equals 2. The radius is 2. So I'm going to go up 2, right 2, down 2, left 2. Now try to make this look like a circle. Don't make it look like a diamond or an oval or an egg. Do your best to make it look like a circle. All right, let's do this one. Got to find the center. The opposite of this and the, oh no, there's nothing there. Right? That means it's at 0. So the opposite of this is -2. We're not adding anything, right? We're adding 0. So the center is at -2, 0. Okay. And this, once again, this is our radius squared. It's the same as before. So we're going to square root both sides. Once again, our radius is 2. So let's graph this. Our center is at -2, 0. Here's our center. We're going to go up 2, right 2, down 2, left 2. Make it look like a circle. Best that you can. All right, write the standard equation of a circle. This is like example 2. I want you to do this now. Go look at that example if you need to. And this is like example 3. So I want you to take your time. I want you to tell me where the center is. Give me the point that the center is. I want you to tell me what the radius is, and then graph it. Where is the center? What is the radius? So do this now. This is M Cubed signing out.